How the Sultan of Brunei spends his $30 billion. Luxurious cars. The Sultan of Brunei likes his cars, and with his wealth, he can afford any car he dreams of. The Sultan owns approximately 7,000 cars, all with a combined value of over $5 billion. According to reports, he owns about 600 Rolls-Royces, 450 Ferraris, and 380 Bentleys in his humongous collection. Among them include the Ferrari Mythos, a car that never made it into production, but the Sultan owns 2 of them. There is also the $3 million Bentley Java, one of only 18 ever made. His collection also includes numerous rare cars like a classic grey Lamborghini Urraco and Ferrari 456 gigatons Venice, one of only 10 ever produced and worth $500,000. Sultan has a $14 million Rolls-Royce Phantom II nicknamed the Star of India. Not to forget his gold-plated custom-made Rolls-Royce, which features an open roof and a platform for an umbrella. Private jets. Sultan of Brunei doesn't just have a love for luxury cars, he loves his private jets as well. However, his jet collection is nowhere near the size of his car collection. The man owns 3 private jets, first a Boeing 200, second an Airbus A340-200, and finally the crown jewel of his fleet, a gold-plated Boeing 747-400. The Sultan also gifted his daughter an Airbus 340 for her birthday. Sultan Hassanal Bolkiah used his incredible wealth to make his jet look royal. He turns his Boeing 747-400 into a proper floating palace. The 29th Sultan spent at least $100 million purchasing his Boeing 747 and then another $120 million on interiors. The inside of the plane is furnished with all sorts of luxurious finishes, for instance, what he did to the master bedroom. Both the bedroom and its luxurious bathroom are decorated with gold and Lalique crystal. The palace. According to the Guinness Book, his golden palace is the world's largest living residence of a head of state. The name of this magnificent palace is Istana Nurul Iman, which translates to the Palace of the Light of Faith. It took only 2 years to build his abode, and more than $1.5 billion was spent on its construction. The architecture of the palace's exterior was done by Leandro V. Loxin, and the interior was done by Quan Chu. This palace is larger than Buckingham Palace and stands on the banks of the Brunei River, several kilometers south of Brunei's capital. It is a massive pristine white palace with golden domes and minarets. The interior of the massive royal dwelling includes Italian marble, granite from Shanghai, English glass, and the best Chinese silk. Gold and marble were the main themes for the palace decor, where 38 different kinds of marble were used. The whole palace covers 2.1 million square feet of space and contains 1,788 rooms, which include 257 bedrooms and 250 bathrooms. Traveling. The Sultan travels around with an entourage of over 100 people, even if he is going on a shopping spree. The head of the state is routinely surrounded by several people, including bodyguards, whenever he travels around the globe. He only stays in the finest hotels, where the Sultan Bolkiah rents out the entire floor and spends as much as $1 million per trip. For haircut, the Sultan flies out his favorite barber from London, by first class, every 3 to 4 weeks. He spends $20,000 for a single haircut, including $12,000 plane ticket, a stay in the hotel, exotic food, and thousands of dollars as a barber's fee. Party and paintings. When it comes to partying, nobody does it like Sultan Hassanal Bolkiah. One of his famous parties was when he spent approximately $40 million on his 50th birthday. He threw an insane 2-week birthday festival where he even had the king of pop Michael Jackson. The legend himself performed for the birthday boy and there were 3,000 people on the guest list. Each guest received a party favor of a gold medal on top of being stuffed with the finest champagne and caviar. According to Forbes, the party cost him only 0.1% of his net worth. The Sultan likes to spend obscene amounts of money on luxuries most people would never dream about. He is also passionate about art and paid US $70 million for a single oil painting. The painting was by French impressionist Pierre-Auguste Renoir, named two young girls at the piano. According to Archive, Renoir painted the picture during his enthusiastic or Pearl period. Family. The Sultan has 5 sons and 7 daughters with his 3 wives. His eldest son, Crown Prince Haji Al-Mahdi Bilal bin Hassanal Bolkiah, is on track to become much wealthier. Reclaiming the position of richest head of state in the world, the son was born in 1974 and was proclaimed Crown Prince in 1998. Although he is said to be incredibly wealthy, the royal family has found themselves in a financial conundrum in the past. Sultan's brother Prince Jeffrey Bolkiah spent an average of $747,000 a day for 10 years. The notorious prince is known for his lavish spending and was accused of misappropriating state funds. He used $14.8 billion in art, cars and other luxuries which had to be sold off to repay his debts. While the rest of his prized possessions were seized by the Sultan of Brunei.